Hello, and we're back. We are on chapter 21 of the Hypertrophy Odyssey, Upper 2. I've discovered what name I want for it, and I think I'm gonna go something Castlevania related. I don't know exactly the name, but I'm gonna go Castlevania related, particularly Symphony of the Night. It's been on the brain recently for multiple reasons, so I wanna do a name using something like that. Maybe I'll name it after one of the swords in that game or something. I'm not gonna call it Shield Rod or something like that. It has to be a cool sword name or something some cool item, or if not, at the end, if I can't find a cool item name that I can name it after, I'll probably just go with Vampire Killer, because that also works too. You know, Vampire Killer Upper Day 2, you know. I've determined the name for the first lower body day, so that will be in the next lower body video. I'll explain that. But today, we got second upper day. Didn't do the first upper day this week, so this is going to be very interesting. I'm very excited to see how this goes. This is going to be either really quick or take forever. I think it's going to be really quick. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. Today, the main subject that we're going to talk about is New Year's resolutions. Just generally New Year's resolutions and stuff. Since it's the beginning of the year, and this is around the time that we're at like day 4 of the new year, so we're still early in the onset of people trying their resolutions to stick to it and stuff. I think personally it makes sense to try to do them. Obviously, I had 3 last year. My 3 resolutions last year were graduate college, get a job, and get a 6-pack. Those were the 3. Of the 3, I only did 1, which was graduate school. With that being said, I attempted to do the other 2, and I got relatively close on 1, and then the other one is just the job hunt, which leads me to my current resolutions for this year, which are 3, similar but not quite the same. I'm not in school anymore, so it would make no sense to do the school one again. But the first one is get a 6-pack. Still want to see my abs eventually. I want to see them before the end of the year. Preferably around summertime would be best, just because, you know, summer. Besides that, it would be get a 6-pack, then get a job, which is the big one. I'm working on a lot now recently. Technically right now, I'm averaging about 10 jobs applied per week. I got to keep that average up until something pops up. And then the third one would probably be move out, I think is the third one, is move out of the current house that I'm in. That's the third of all 3, is get a job, move out, and 6-pack. No particular order. Well, probably getting a job first, then moving out would probably help a little bit more than just moving out, then getting a job. That'd be a little backwards, but at the same time, who knows? If things go well, 1 and 2 could happen, and then 3 could happen a little bit later. We'll have to wait and see what other things come up. But those are the big 3 goals for this year, and I think they're all achievable, particularly the abs and the job part. Moving out, it depends on just money situations, but at the same time, I'm not too worried about that. I just want to get a job first, and then we could discuss that, or make this my job, which would be crazy, but that requires a lot of editing, and I like editing, but I also hate editing. When I get into the zone, it's great, but then when I get out of the zone, getting back into the zone is a tough task. I have gotten better of getting into the zone in the first place. That has been something that is better for me. That's with doing all these videos and stuff, and even speaking to the camera now, I'm a little bit more comfortable talking in front of the camera. Still do a lot of ums. I cut out a lot of the ums and the ahs and the stuff like that. Future me, don't cut that out because I'm explaining it, or else it's gonna look stupid. Anyways, yeah, so I want to do that. I'm also looking into personal trainer stuff. I think at this point I have told myself I'm going to try to take the NSCA CPT test. So I think sometime in March is when I'll do the NSCA CPT. That way I have some type of deadline, so I have to study to get to that point, so I feel comfortable enough taking it, because it is a lot of money to just waste away on a test if I don't do well. So then if I'm not getting a job by then, I have something extra to get another job with, you know, like the cert can definitely put me ahead in the personal trainer job. So we'll see though, we'll see. I'll even get a personal trainer job before then, which would be nice, because then they could pay for it. I would like that, you know, whether directly or indirectly, they could help me pay for it. New Year's resolutions, I feel like there are something that should happen more often than not. I think people that don't do anything, or don't at least try to do something and try to stick to it, even if it's just like one thing, It's not good, but also like a cowardice is another way of describing it. It should be something that people should strive for. It's like, sure, it's arbitrary that it's the new year, you know, new year, new me, that entire meme. But at the same time, everybody comes into the new year with a fresh start of the year, you know, the beginning of the year and the end of the year. You kind of remember, but not really. Like starting something strong at a date that is memorable is a good thing. And then that way you can achieve your goals relatively easily if you just stick to them. Most people don't realize that, and then they end up regressing backward. A lot of the issues with resolutions is that, one, there's too many of them, or two, is they don't learn anything from them, whether it's learning from not doing them or doing them. Because sometimes, you know, I could be like, I want to lose all this weight, and then not retain any diet information that I've done and or any maintenance stuff, so I stay the same afterwards so I can keep all the lessons that I've done during this diet or whatever, and then I just gain all the weight back. Most people fail their diets like that. Like even I personally can say last month I stopped giving a fuck about my diet because I was hungry 90% of the time. Sickness helped with that. That was a lesson in that no matter what, I gotta not do that, you know, because I want to make sure that I stay at a healthy weight and don't gain 10 pounds immediately, because that is something that has and will happen if I go unchecked with my eating. So I have to check my eating. It is something that has to happen regardless of whether I want to lose weight, maintain weight, or even gain weight. I have to check it, because if not, it'll be too much food. That's it, just too much food. Either way, it's gonna never be too little food. I didn't think I starved once during that entire month. There is that. But New Year's resolutions, I'm looking forward to seeing how I can progress on all three. You guys will probably be updated while this series progresses on some of these things, particularly like the six-pack and stuff. If I get a job, obviously that will change the frequency on videos and stuff as well. You know, things like that will be evident if the goals are being achieved. With that being said, I am very much looking forward to this Upper 2, aka Upper Body 2 Vampire Killer. I'm about to call it like that. Upper Body 2 Vampire Killer. I don't know what the name of the title of this video is going to be. It's either going to be Vampire Killer or it's going to be New Year's resolution. Maybe New Year, New Me. Maybe with like the little quote, like New Year, New Memes, or New Me, New Mental Illness, something like that. I'll figure out something funny for a title. But anyways, I will see you on the inside.
Alright, so on this day I started off with the overhead press, which has been going pretty well, I would say. I have been enjoying doing them. I really do like doing them a lot. Because I'm going on a cut, I don't know how much more I'll be able to go up. I know that I'll probably have to regress a little bit on it just because of mass size and stuff. Just won't have enough upper body mass like I once did. But with that being said, I am going to keep them. I want to possibly replace them with behind the neck press, but I'm not 100% sure that I will do that. With that being said though, for now they are staying until I hit probably a plateau on them, like a hard plateau or something along those lines. I'm hoping cable lateral raises will also help with this movement as well. Here, next up, we have V-bar pushdowns, which also stay in this day. Also amazing, still feel great. My triceps were cooked for the next 2 days after doing these. I was punished. This was killer for my triceps. So I really enjoyed doing them. I try to go controlled on the negative because I was like, all right, if Bald Omni-Man or Dr. Mike were watching me, they'd want to do it slow. Also want to emphasize how much I'm struggling to get this last rep, but I know I can't. Then we have face pulls here, also making a return. Didn't superset these, just did my sets of V-bar, then did the sets of face pulls. I want to try to superset them, but it would just require too much like effort of going back and forth, and it would probably save me less time by just doing that, and instead I'll just stop and do the actual sets and then move on to the next exercise, because that'd be way more efficient. If for some reason these cause me trouble in the future, I'll probably replace them with upright rows or the other variation where the face pulls are coming from the bottom part of the stack instead of the top. Alright, so now here we have reverse pec deck, which I'm using this more as a recovery tool than a hypertrophy tool because I want to strengthen my mid back and my rear delts, specifically on my left shoulder, have been bothering me for quite some time. So I'm doing not that much weight and I'm doing a high amount of reps on these because I want to make sure that my shoulder, the knot in my shoulder has been fixed and I don't want to keep feeling it. The pain is particularly in my left rhomboid area and I'm hoping that this will promote some blood flow. I also changed the grip halfway through because I wanted to see if a different angle felt better, and it actually did, so I'm going to try doing that way next time. I was feeling it very hard on the first angle. Also, at the end, you'll see me go back to the first angle just to test it out again, and I'll be like, oh yeah, no, the second one felt way better. So I'm probably going to do it like that from now on. Then we have pec deck, which is the only other chest work that I have for the week since I got rid of bench, both benches actually. I did feel this one a lot more than I have before, actually. It felt very nice, and I feel like I'm going to progress a lot more since my chest isn't going to really be taxed from the benches that I do in the week, or did at least during the week. So I think it'll be a lot better, and I think this will be great for chest development. Just a little bit of a extra bit with dips. Nothing too crazy because I'm okay with not developing it that much. Try to get that extra little rep afterwards, but couldn't, and it was great. Then we have my favorite superset now of the week so far. I have to see what Monday looks like, but so far this is the winner. Winner chicken dinner. First, neck curls, because I have more sets of them, and these felt great. I went up in weight now, officially at 5 pounds, although it feels a little funky right there. I have to... Now seeing it visually, I know what to do. I felt it getting caught underneath it, and it was very weird. It was like stopping my progress. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with it, or just probably lean back more like I do in this clip. As you can see, these felt great. My neck feels great on them. I love doing these. I still get really weird stares at the gym, but I also don't care, so it's awesome. Regardless of the weight hitting the pad, still got a good stretch on these. As you can see here, I'm with the easy bar as well, and the entire point is so I could superset them with preacher curls immediately after, which I'm going slightly lighter than I do my normal spider curls on, just because I want to get used to the movement. The last time I did this type of movement, particularly preacher curls, my biceps kind of hurt, and also my elbows hurt. It was just not that great. I am noticing I'm getting pretty far down, which is what I was hoping that I would get with this angle. I could see how far I'm going down with the bicep curls. I'm going to probably progress relatively quickly on these because I'm going to probably reach the same weight I do spider curls on, and then we'll see if they intersect or which one goes past the other one. Got to keep the biceps strong and big. This has also helped with getting rid of the little bit of a bicep uncomfortableness that was happening on the right side, on the right bicep. So very happy about that. So for now, this will be the superset that I look forward to all week. Second to last, we have dumbbell rows, which are amazing. I had not done these in forever, and then I watched a natural hypertrophy video where he talks about the technique for doing them, and I remember that video and how he said how to do them, and it felt amazing. I felt this all in my back. It was great. The bench that I was using was broken, so nobody was going towards it, so I was like, all right, screw it. These were amazing. Doing them one arm at a time because I just want to focus and make sure that I'm getting the full stretch on the back. I'm probably going to go up immediately on these. This 40 was a lot lighter than I thought it would be, so I'm probably going to go up and use straps on these. These were amazing. I highly recommend people do rows like this. This is great. Honestly, these were so welcome into the program. I'm very excited to do them. Maybe in the future I might superset them with what comes up next, but it might be a little harder than I thought when writing it out. But it might be something that I might try in the future, although the weight distribution, aka the weights that I'm going to have to use for each exercise, is going to change rapidly. So we'll have to see. While I still am doing these 40s, I might try to superset it, but then afterwards it won't be possible. Then we have farmer's carries. That's me all the way in the distance back there. I had to set up the camera somewhere. I'll talk about it a little bit later. So while I'm walking and doing this one, I think I'll take this time to talk about resolutions and stuff, because I talked about it briefly in the beginning where I told my 3 resolutions for the year, and I think that my resolutions are not too far-fetched, not too out of this world. It really does just come down to get cut, get a job, get a new place. That's really what it boils down to, and 2 of those can be done simultaneously, and then the other one is just a work up to it, you know? So I'm looking forward to trying to get those done. I used the straps while doing these, which helped out immensely, and I had them timed, so I was a little too fast, so I could have walked a little bit. I think I kept getting to the timer at 5 seconds ahead, so I was going ahead a little bit, but they still felt great. I felt kind of bad because people were getting out of my way, but I was like, I am doing an exercise, so it is what it is. I'm also gonna have to figure out a time to progress to on these, so that way eventually I'll get to like a certain amount of time that I do these and then go up in weight and then go back down in time, or some type of progression system on these, because it's gonna be kind of weird. I have to figure that entire thing out. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna get to like probably like a minute and 30 seconds and then do that for like a week and then go all the way, and then start going up in weight, and then I'll go down to like a minute or something. I'll figure it out.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercise is not filmed the usual. Exercise is almost not filmed. Farmer's carries, because I was trying to figure that entire thing out because I didn't want to leave the camera somewhere, but I ended up doing that. But I ended up leaving it at a place where it was obviously like no one around / nobody was far off in the distance of nothing. So yeah, you have already seen that. I might talk about it during it. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Probably will not because I'm mentioning it now. It was a great overall upper body day. Really quick. I'm out before noon. I usually, like I said, I'm usually out at 1 at the time that I get there. So pretty early. So I'm very happy about that. Now I get to go home and edit, but that's a whole other story. Good day. Like it a lot. I got a full upper body workout. Felt great. Excellent. My back feels destroyed in a good way. The dumbbell rows were really nice. I actually liked doing them a lot. I was like, oh my God, how do I do these again? And then when I did them, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm thankful that I added these back. So that was that. And then overall, the only tricky part was doing supersets. I have to figure out a couple of variables. But with that being said, I could be able to get this day done even quicker, which is even better because I can get more time home. The less time I spend at the gym, the more time I could spend editing. The more I can do that, the better. Today was a pretty good first run of the Vampire Killer Upper Body Day 2. I need to find out. Something will give me inspiration on Monday. I feel like it'll be Metal Gear related. I don't know why. And then tomorrow, aka Friday, aka Lower Body 2, the second lower body day, I'll have to figure something out. Something will inspire me. Some video game, I think. Maybe something Berserk related or something. I don't know. I need to... Actually, speaking of Berserk, I want to bring back those reviews because I had brought them for a second and then it fizzled out, but that was just because I kept reading it and then I just completely forgot about it in its entirety. So I need to figure out if I'm gonna do that or some other segment that I can put at the end of this. Maybe some weird life lesson that I can turn into a short or something. There's gonna be some experimentation at the end of these videos in the workout debriefings. I gotta look at real life debriefings and see what they do and then like go through maybe like something that's close to it. You know how like research papers have the abstract method, testing, you know, like research conclusion, you know, those things. I just was in school and I completely forgot the entire thing. That entire thing, some type of like metric like that for like debriefings, and then I'll see if I can have like something where I go down a list of stuff every time. So it's a little bit more structured and not just me rambling on about a random thing. With that being said though, the gym wasn't that packed again. It was more empty than Tuesday, which was really strange. I was very shocked. Only saw familiar faces, which is always nice. It was very weird. I did not understand why there was like nobody new kind of, and nobody like it wasn't packed. It was very strange. Sure, it's early in the day, but I would have thought that, you know, they're the moms and the housewives or like the dudes who go off at lunch, you know what I mean? I thought I would see that, but none of that. It's very strange. It's like people just stopped doing the New Year's resolution or meme is not a thing for the daytime. I guess it's after 5 when everybody gets off, maybe? I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments down below. Am I going to start doing these types of shout outs more often? Yes. Speaking about that, if you have any resolutions of your own, let me know as well. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. I need to know. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. Peace.